When you're having your worst day, or you think your family member's having the worst day ever, you know, we are coming. Pick up the phone and we are coming, 100%. All we need to do is get a clue about where you are and we'll come and help.
There is an absolute beauty in working with a dog, being a team with your dog. He looks to you, you look to him, and on the good days, you pull it off so fast together, it works really well. And it feels quite special being able to work with an animal like this, because they are so good at what they do.
We're on call all year, 12 months a year. We can get called to any type of situation where somebody has gone missing and has not returned. So that could be a mountaineer up in the hills, like around here. It could be somebody who's in an avalanche. It could be a vulnerable person down in the glen who's walked off into the woods and perhaps the police are keen to trace them.
We've both been in mountain rescue teams for a long time, but I've been waiting to be a dog handler for about 30 years. I met my first search dog when I was in my 20s, and I thought it was a fantastic thing to do. But as a climber who was moving around an awful lot, I wasn't in the right position then to have a dog. And it comes around at the right point in your life. Everything clicks together where you can be in the right place to commit to the dog, to commit to Sarda. And that's happened within the last 4 years for me.
So Sarda was really started by Hamish McInnes. He was the person who was really interested in bringing dogs into the UK. He thought they had a place. There is a process that's been built up around experience from Hamish McInnes' days. It's been refined and checked and used. One of the great things about Sarda is it really is a family. We are united by our passion for dogs, for training, and for the Highlands really. There's one part of that kind of community, that family we have, which we refer to as bodies, which isn't a very nice name for them really, but they're quite unique people really. They come to our meets and they go out and lie on the hillside, regardless of the weather, for us to find them. Right, Rogue, we're going to do a find. Right, let's go.
With a decent wind, these dogs can scent people maybe 500 metres away. If I was searching with my team, we'd be lined up, we'd be 10 metres apart, and there'd be 20 of us all searching forward across a slope. It's quite a slow process and you don't cover an awful lot of ground. The dog is mobile, the dog will go out, come back in again, will go out and come back in again, and all the time his nose is searching across the wind for anything. As soon as his nose picks up that scent, bang, he's in on it. So they save a team an awful lot of time.
Mountain rescue throughout Scotland is free. We'll always come to people who are in need, and we support that really through donations, and it's enough just about to keep teams going really. It's the same for Sarda. So Sarda this year, for example, we released a calendar with the dogs on them, and you know, the idea of that is to just try and raise some money for the dogs really. But the dogs themselves are also supported, which is a fantastic thing, through a company called Burns. So Burns Dog Food actually supports Sarda. In fact, throughout the UK, they're very generous to us. I think one thing I did not realise, that Sarda, you're the most trained and assessed part of mountain rescue.
But it really matters there, because we've both felt, obviously going into searches now, suddenly the pressure is really on. You're with your dog and we're not practising anymore. You're really out there looking for somebody, and I would hate to come out of an area and say, yes, it's clear, and then lo and behold, it wasn't. So actually it is a highly pressurised job, so you take masses of effort to make sure that you are clearing that area before you come out of it and say it's clear. So it's important that we are trained and assessed to the standard that we do.
We were very humbled to be put forward for this award by the trainers of Sarda. We were just two of the cohort that have come through, and there's other people who have been in Sarda for a long time, so why not them? But there was a twist in there. I actually took a fall on some ice. I jumped off a wall onto some snow when I was clearing a gate to get through. Unfortunately, it was a comedy fall and both my feet went up and I cracked my head. What we didn't realise at the time is actually it led to a bleed on the brain. It was actually when I was coming back from a call out, I kept on tripping with my right foot and I knew things went right, and it ended up I had to go into hospital. They actually cut me and sorted me out. It was quite a process. I understand that Sarda are amazed that we made it when other people perhaps haven't in the past, despite what had happened to us.
I went to a call out last year and it was a search, and it was a multi-day search, and it was a real shame that the person didn't feel comfortable in phoning 999 and asking for mountain rescue. Every mountain rescue team member, every Sarda member, we just want to help. So there is no attitude, there'll be no telling people off. We want to come and find you, we want to help. So if you are in need, feel like you can phone the police and ask for mountain rescue, because every single mountain rescue member will happily come out and make a difference.